the real deal, guys. This guy is just a monster when it comes to Amazon. He's just amazing. I mentioned that he was the very first guy I reached out to for our live conference event that we did in Mexico because we wanted some really high-level speakers. If I could go back, like I said this earlier, if I could go back in time to when I first started, he's one of those guys that I would actually be like, hold my hand, take me through this whole process because he's going to open my eyes to everything. Things that you don't even think about. It's amazing when you talk to Traian what you can learn. And he's showed me just some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about today. And I was like, wow. So you guys got pen and pencil, pen and paper ready. It's going to be awesome. You're crushing it. You're now on your second business with the private label. Is that right?
Yeah. So I sold the first business just last year, about a year ago. Got 500,000 of that, and I started the second business to brands. So yeah, I'm going to go over the numbers. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So let's get this going. We're transferring everything to you, and we're going to get started, guys. Take over.
Hello, everyone. I'm really glad to be here today, and thank you for attending live. So I'm really excited about these 7 sneaky hacks that I want to share with you. This is the first time and the last time I'm doing this presentation, so I really hope you'll find it useful. We actually have over 100 slides to go through. It's a lot of content, so I'm just going to jump right into it. So here it goes: 7 sneaky hacks to launch and rank your products. So before I get into the actual hacks, I just want to take a few minutes to introduce myself. My name is Traian, and Letter is my girlfriend and business partner, Stefania Bogdan. We're both from Romania, a country in Eastern Europe. I guess most of you have only heard about it in the context of Dracula, and Letter is Dracula's castle in the photo. So Steph and I started selling on Amazon in July 2015. We started with 4 products and ended up keeping just one of them. We usually only tell people that about the one product that was successful. I think it's important today to share the entire story. So one of those 4 products was a complete failure. 2 of them actually worked okay, and they were slightly profitable, but we decided to just keep the one that looked the most promising and focus on that, and we scaled that, and luckily it worked out. And 1 year later, in August 2016, we actually sold that one product for $500,000, which is great because until that moment we kind of struggled and we couldn't scale up. So the capital injection allowed us to launch 2 new brands right from scratch, 8 products in each brand. So currently we have 23 products in total, and I'm very happy that we actually in May we just passed the $100,000 a month in profit milestone. I know a lot of people just talk about revenue; that's the actual profit. So here are some mandatory screenshots from our 2 main seller accounts. We have 5, but these ones are the most the bigger ones, the profitable ones. So our profit margin here is about 38%. I think the total revenue. So this is May. You can see here we did just above $290,000 in revenue, and that was about $102,000 in profit. This is June. I can't even add up. It's over $300,000 in revenue, and again over $100,000 in profit. Actually, July was our biggest month because of Prime Day, but I'm not going to include screenshots from there because it's not an accurate representation of where we're at the moment. So I know these numbers aren't that large. I know that a lot of you on this webcast listening right now are earning much more. But I think that's part of what makes Amazon a really exciting opportunity because there's so much room to grow. And but the reason I'm talking to you today is not because of how much Steph and I earn. It's actually because we like to look for hacks and to implement them. And I'm not talking about illegal hacks. It's just going through Amazon and finding loopholes and shortcuts and things that we can do to get our business further ahead. So many of these hacks are actually quite technical in the beginning. We look through source code and stuff like that. But my goal today is to share them with you in a format that makes it easy to implement right away. So even though some of these might look a bit complicated, I'm going to try to break it step by step so we can actually implement them. So I have 7 hacks to share with you today, and I'm really excited about all of them. And I know that if you pay attention and you have the focus here, you'll hear at least one that has the potential to drastically improve and increase your business by the end of the year. So there's actually one more reason why Manny invited me to share this with you. We're running a case study. It's called Seller Hacks Case Study, and it's an A to Z over the shoulder, follow along case study Steph and I are doing. We think this format is the best way to share hacks and tricks and strategy, to take it from picking the product, source it, launch it, ranking, and finally selling it. I think it's the best way to learn them because you can follow along and implement them and also see us implement them on a real product. So it's not just theory and slides. So we started the case study a couple of weeks ago. We already have 47 people who are following along. So at the end of the presentation, I will talk again about the case study and why I think it might be beneficial for you to join us. But the case study is not the main reason why we're here, and I have a lot of content to share with you, and I promise to keep all the content pitch free. What really gets me excited is sharing these hacks I discovered, and the truth is that I spend more time than I should looking for these hacks and tricks and loopholes and bugs, and there are days when I spend hours without finding anything, which is not great for our Amazon business. So when I do find something that's working, it's like striking gold, and the first thing we do is test and test and test again, just to make sure that we're getting the results we want. And I think even though these are hacks and they're not big perspective shifts, they're just small strategies. I think they allowed us to scale up from 0 to 100,000 in profit a month in under a year. And of course, it's that and the capital that we had to invest from the first business. It's obviously you can't scale that fast and at this level without some capital. But the most exciting part is being able to share these proven hacks. I often get excited. I find a new loophole and I share it with Steph. But it gets really exciting when there are 1,000 people right now in this room, and it's really exciting to be able to share everything I found with you guys. So I think that these hacks will give you a massive edge over your competition. And actually, I don't think I know because we actually tested all of these hacks, and they're hacks that we're using right now in our business. So they're not just theory. Okay, so I have a promise for you, but I also need you to do something. So I'm sharing all these hacks with you, but I would like you to ask you 2 things. So the first one is please implement at least one of these hacks after this webinar is over. I know there's a big temptation here. You hear these hacks, and hopefully you like them, and you realize they have a lot of potential, but you just save them for later. They end up in a to-do list that never sees the light of day again. So I know 7 hacks are a lot, but please implement just one of them today or tomorrow or by the end of the week, whenever you have the time. So I promise I will share only the best hacks we have. But I need you to promise you will actually use this information and implement at least one of these hacks. Deal?
Oh, and by the way, just so everybody knows, Traian, we have a full room. I know a lot of webinars say that. We got a full house. We are literally full. If you leave, you will not be able to get in. It's maxed out. The notifications popping up that people are trying to get in. So stay in if you want to get the information.
So actually, I keep seeing this pop up telling me that we're full, and it keeps distracting my attention. So yeah, we really have a full room.
Do not show it again.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, there's a second thing I want to ask you, and the biggest reward I get from sharing these hacks is hearing other people's results after they implement the hacks. So I would really, really appreciate it if a few days from now, when you get the first results, you'll send me a Facebook message or write an email or share in the Facebook group with many. I would just love it to hear from you if you've had results in a few days from these hacks. So do we have a deal there as well? Please type another yes in the chat box if you agree with that one as well. So yeah, I see a lot of people, yes. Okay, great. Thank you guys. So let's move on to the hacks. So actually, throughout this presentation, I'm going to use an analogy. I'm going to compare Amazon, this with really nice, beautiful tropical island that everyone talks about, and it's like, it's an amazing place to be and hang out and relax and enjoy yourself, and maybe there's also a treasure there on the island. So everything I'm going to share with you is going to be related to this little story. So I think there are a lot of Amazon courses out there, and they're all like a map. So these courses give you like a map. They tell you about this island. They give you the map. So here's how you get to the island. Here's how you get the treasure, and they hand you the map. And then things don't go exactly as you would expect them to. So don't get me wrong. I think all these courses are great, and it's so important to get the basics right and understand the business model and know how to log into Seller Central and do all the technical stuff. But I think these courses, these maps actually fail a lot of people. So I see a lot of Amazon sellers never make it to the island. So maybe that's you, maybe it's not, but I know a lot of sellers who haven't actually even sourced a product yet. So they're still looking for the right opportunity and just following the map, they just can't find the right opportunity and actually get the product at Amazon. And I also see a lot of people who can't get a fire started. You get the product at Amazon, but it's so difficult at times to get the sales going. And that there's no point in having the product at Amazon at arriving on the island if you can't start the fire. And there are a lot of sellers which are stuck in survival mode. And it's like a really bad cycle where maybe you have a loser product that you need to keep afloat, and that if you just drop it, you lose all that money you invested in the inventory. And that takes so much focus and so much of your attention and money that you're never able to even think about scaling. So as I mentioned in the beginning, I think that was really important for us, the fact that we dropped 3 products, even though 2 of those products were really great, they were profitable, and just focused on the best one. So in this presentation, after 60 minutes from now, I hope that you will have a new perspective over how to get on this island, and I want to show you how to thrive on the island, not to get there or not just to survive. So I think it's important, to actually get to enjoy yourself and be able to relax and be happy. And for some people, the ideal lifestyle is, being able to have vacation. Some people just want the money. Whatever it is for you, I think you got into this business and you're excited about Amazon because of what this island is promising. And I know one hack won't get you there alone, but I think 7 might. And some of these hacks I'm going to share are actually ways to rethink your perspective on Amazon. So I'm going to get straight into the first hack, and I'm going to start with this misconception. So this is not really a hack, but it's something that really produced a massive change this year in our business. So I see a lot of people saying that I only have a small budget for testing this Amazon FBA thing, so I need to source a small, lightweight, and cheap product. So if you wouldn't mind, if you have this belief, or if you've read this in one of the courses or watched it in some of the videos, if you've seen other gurus tell you that if you have a small budget, you need a small, lightweight, cheap product. So if you could please type a yes in the chat box or tell me a bit about if you think that's true, or if at least you've seen this mentioned a lot in courses. Okay, so I see a lot of yeses. Yeah, yes, definitely something talked about a lot. Yeah. So I mean, this might have worked great 3 years ago, but I'm from Romania, and probably all of you know about amazing selling machines. But even here in Romania, which is a country some of you might have never heard about, we have an Amazon course that thousands of people join. So imagine what happens throughout the entire Europe and the entire world. There are so many courses on Amazon. There are tens of thousands of Amazon sellers right now, and they're all doing the same thing. We're all sourcing small, lightweight, cheap products. And even though it worked 3 years ago, that's why it doesn't work now anymore, because it's not a bad strategy. But when everyone is doing that, it's bound to fail. So going back to the island analogy, I'd like to think that you're trying to get to the island in a boat, and what all these courses are telling you is that you have a small boat, which is the budget you have, and because the boat is small, you have to put lightweight and cheap products in it. But I would argue that's not actually true. So the hack number 1 that I want to share with you is source big products. And here's the thing: if you have a $2,500 budget, which I think is close to what most of you have 2 options. You can either source a cheap product that costs 2.5 and you source 1,000 of them, or you can source just 100 big products, $25 each. And it's just like the boat. You can just, instead of taking 1,000 matchboxes with you to start the fire, you could just take 100 bottles of gasoline or something. So let's just go through a scenario here. You source a product for 2.5, you can source 1,000 because of your budget. The profit per unit is $5, so the potential profit for this scenario here is $5,000. Okay, so that's a small, cheap product, and that's the potential you have with this inventory. So this other scenario, again, same budget, you just source a more expensive, larger product. You can only source 100. The profit per unit is $50, and the potential profit is the same. But what really makes the difference here is that you need to sell 33 a day. So you got the product to Amazon, but you actually need to get it ranked and get it to 33 sales a day. While with a large product, you only need to get it to 3.3 to make this profit. So here are some more reasons why you should go oversized and go with larger products. There's less competition. So a lot of the products we have are oversized, and what we observe is that there are a lot of brick and mortar stores or less experienced sellers who come from the offline world, and they just list their products on Amazon. And it's such a big difference compared to the cheaper products where there's a lot of ASM sellers, for example. There's a lower ACOS, so you will be amazed how low the CPC costs are compared to the profit margin and the kind of profit you're making. So here, $50 profit per unit. If you pay $5 to get a purchase, that's 10%, actually 5% ACOS. That's awesome, and you can actually get that kind of CPC and CPL. So less reviews, because these items are larger. There's less reviews compared to the smaller items, and if you can get reviews easily, that's a huge benefit. You need to sell less. You can achieve your profit goal faster. And just imagine how easy it would be to get 3 sales a day just using AdWords, Amazon PPC, or AMS, or even social media or video. It's so easy. Even if you knew nothing about advertising on Amazon, just finding some affiliates online or a video that promotes a certain large product and get 3 sales that way. And one more thing I want to mention here is profit margin versus ROI. So imagine you have a product that has 40% profit margin. It costs $40 to source. Again, it's a big product, and you make $102 profit because it's a large product. And the ROI here, ROI is return on investment. So how much profit you make compared to how much you invest is 255%. Compare that with a smaller product where you need to invest $4 to source it and maybe make $6 profit, right? It might be a bit more, but it's quite typical. So it's the same profit margin. But the ROI is much smaller here. And actually, the reason why that happens is because of fulfillment fee. So I won't take the time now to do the math and all because we have very little time and a lot to cover. But what makes the difference are in those two scenarios are the fulfillment fees. So this is, for example, the fulfillment fee, the minimum fulfillment fee for a large, oversized product, while this is the standard large fulfillment fee. And that's what makes the difference, in ROI. Even though you have the same profit margin, because of the higher fulfillment fees, you have a greater ROI. And okay, why should you care about ROI? So here's why. ROI tells you how much you get in profit compared to how much you invested. So if you have 4 orders, so let's say you invested $1,000, you get $2,500 back. You invest all that, and you get 2.5 times 2,500, and so on, 4 times. If you multiply these numbers, it's 39x. So your growth over 4 orders with a 255% ROI is 39x. Compared that to 1.5, which is this 150%, it's only 5x growth over 4 orders. And that's what allowed us to grow so fast. We focus a lot on ROI and not just profit margin. So hack number 1 was source big products, rank them easier and faster, scale faster, and you become less reliant on Amazon because of what I mentioned. You only need 3 sales a day, and it's so easy to get those even with just external traffic and even relying on social media or YouTube. So what did you guys think about this first hack?
Yeah, post it up. I think it's pretty awesome. I think you're right. So many people are actually ordering all the small stuff, and your math there, if the 39x versus the 5x should be a big eye opener for a lot of people. I don't think they calculate things, most people, that far in advance.
Yeah. I mean, I know the math here can be confusing because it's difficult to do that live. But if you start to think about it and just compare how much profit you make compared to how much you invest, and that's how you usually think about other businesses, this is a huge difference here.
Yeah. Hey guys, keep your questions coming. We're going to try to get through this because this is just number 1 of 7 hacks that's going to be presented. So we're going to have a Q&A session at the very end where Traian will hopefully, depending on how much time we have left, we'll go through as many questions as possible. So don't feel like we're skipping you. We are tagging these questions and we'll get them at the very end.
Okay, so I just quickly address one question that I saw there quickly. I know the math is confusing, so the only thing I wanted to take away from here, you don't have to go through the math. That was just a geeky point I wanted to make, but I just wanted to convince you that it's great to source big products. Okay, so I'll just move on to hack number 2. So here's the second misconception we start from. So it's difficult to deal with Chinese suppliers, or I hear others say Chinese suppliers don't manufacture quality products, or I can't get low enough prices. And whether you believe any of these sentences, or maybe you phrase it a different way, or even if you just rely strictly on Alibaba, the next hack is going to show you what we're doing to source high quality products for really low prices and with great ease. So I just want you to imagine that you have this boat, there's that island, the Amazon island, and once you get to the island, you have to keep taking these routes back and forth between the island and the place where you started from, just to keep getting the product and sourcing it. But there are so many different ports where you can actually get your product from, so many different places where you can source it from. But the only problem is that the best places to source your product, people there don't speak English. It's factories that they are really high quality, but you won't find them on Alibaba, for example. So hack number 2: find suppliers at trade shows without even attending. So for this part, I'm actually going to jump over to Google, and I want you guys to type in one big Amazon category, please. So anyone, if you can just type in a category in the chat box. Okay, so a lot of categories. I'm just going to choose the first one that I saw, which is sports. I shouldn't have asked this question, but just want to show you. So I'm on google.com, typing sports, trade shows, and here I'm also going to add in Europe. This is optional. I just like trade shows in Europe because usually they have higher quality products compared to other trade shows. Okay, so you can see there are a lot of trade shows in here. So I'm just going to open this one, for example, and let's just go with this one. Okay, so this is, I've never seen this page before. I'm not sure exactly what this trade show is about. I just know that it showed up as a sports trade show in Europe. And you can see here exhibitors and brands. And I'm just going to, here I could click on brands or exhibitors or products. I'm just going to click on products. And maybe you want to source a winter product. So I'm just going to go to exhibitors. And guess what? You can even type a keyword in here. So actually, let's say I wanted to source tents, which is not necessarily a winter sport product, but let's see if I get anything. Yeah, so actually I have a few factories in here that might source tents. Let's see, maybe I can search for China, for example. And if I just want to see winter sports factories from China, so there are a lot of people actually, fly over and go to this festival, and it's just once a year, I would guess. I'm not sure about this one, but you can actually get their details right from here. So I'm just going to click on one of these, and here you go. You have their email and their phone number, so you can actually contact them. So actually, let me take one more. Okay, so many categories in here. So I'll just take, okay, baby. Actually, you can take any category. There's so many trade shows out there. Okay, so for this one, okay, this one sounds very German, so I'm going to go with this one just because German products are usually high quality. Okay, so each page looks different, but every time you just have to look for exhibitor. So here it is, exhibitor search, and here are all the exhibitors. And once again, I can either search for China, and I only see the Chinese factories, or I don't know, search for a product in here that they might source. So let's see, diapers. Not sure. Yeah, so here's a diaper factory. It's actually from Germany, but that's okay. Okay, so and I could keep going, just go through categories, and every time you open one of these pages, just look for exhibitor and exhibitor search. Almost all the trade shows have this search functionality, and here's the only difficult part. So I don't speak Mandarin, right? So you will take the contact details as I've shown you. There's a phone number and usually a Chinese type email. Actually, if you stay all the way to the end of this webinar, I've prepared a PDF for you with translators and interpreters we have actually used and vetted in our business. So these are real translators that we actually hired and we know they're great, that will help you communicate, negotiate, and keep in touch with these factories. So how do you actually call them? Just use Skype, and you call the translator first. You can just take them from the list I'm going to provide you in the PDF at the end, or you can just go on one of these outsourcing websites and find one if you want. Okay, but it's got to be expensive to keep calling in China, right? Well, it's actually really not. You have unlimited minutes on Skype for just $16 a month, or if you prefer $8, 1,000 minutes. So that's great. And again, all you have to do is call your translator over Skype, and then together you add to the conference, you call the phone number of the factory. And before you call the factory, you just talk to your translator, explain what you're looking for, and these are experienced translators. They're going to communicate with the factory and communicate everything that you're looking for. Okay, so actually one more thing I wanted to mention here is that if you decide to use this hack, the next product you source should be high quality, which means it will have a much higher chance of success long term, just because these factories are factories you usually can't find on Alibaba. These are factories that spend a lot of money to go to trade shows, and that's especially in Europe, in Germany. They know that these countries in Western Europe are really looking for quality products. And the factories from Alibaba might also sell in China, in Middle East, Africa. So these are high quality products. And also just think about how the factory perceives you. Whether you call on Skype, actually you talk on Skype, you text on Skype with a factory from Alibaba versus actually calling them, and you're like the big boss that has a Chinese employee calling the factory. It just positions you in a completely different way. So I see a lot of you liking this hack.
Yeah, awesome. Jacob says, brilliant. You got a lot of people asking some more questions. We'll answer those at the end. What do you guys think of this? Post it up. Nancy says, great hack. Bill says, great idea. Miranda, love it. David, great. Mark, super smart, or very smart. Jody, great. So, and now it's going off the screen so fast. Thank you all of you for participating. So that's hack number 2 of 7.
Yeah,
that was really good. That's one of the biggest things, Traian, that where people say, hey, I can't, I'm having trouble communicating with my supplier. It's happened to me.
Yeah.
So this is a great hack.
Yeah, so even if you still have a supplier from Alibaba, you can still use this hack to actually improve the communication with that supplier. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight to number 3 because we have so many to go through. So getting reviews is more difficult than ever. And you can imagine you're on the island, you've arrived there, but you have no reviews, so everyone is ignoring you, and you're lonely, and you can't get anything going on the island. So hack number 3 is bring a child with you. A disclaimer before I actually share the hack: just like raising a child only to receive financial benefits is breaking several social and ethical rules, so is the hack I'm about to show you breaking several Amazon rules. So this is the only hack that I'm sharing tonight that is black hat, and it's risky. So for those of you who don't like breaking the rules, just skip this part. I'm going to go really quickly through it because I don't want to put a lot of focus on this. So just so you know, risk ahead, your business, your choice.
Hey guys, hack number 3 was removed from the replay here. It was well received. People really love pushing the limits, and they got to see that on the live webinar. But on the replay, we didn't feel comfortable putting it out there publicly in mass because it does push the boundaries. It's black hat, very effective, very powerful. But again, on the replay, we removed it. That's one of the advantages of being live at these events, making sure that you're there. If it's something that interests you, if you're really into pushing the limits, taking that risk, pushing black hat strategies, then it is something that Traian goes well into detail in his case study that he's actually going to be talking about a little further into this webinar. So stay tuned. There's a lot of good stuff coming.
Okay, misconception number 4. I know how the bestseller badge works, but the Amazon's Choice badge is Amazon's Choice, so there's no way to influence that, right? So you know that in order to get the bestseller badge, what you would need is to just become the bestseller in the subcategory, sell a lot of products. But as far as I know, there's not, at least until now, no one shared a step-by-step way to actually get the Amazon's Choice badge. It seems like it's a bit random. So actually, hack number 4 is going to be about influencing Amazon's Choice. So for this one, I first want to going back to the island again. Imagine that on our tropical island we have several docks. So the mayor of the island has chosen the northern dock to be the preferred dock of the island. Why? Because when boats are coming during the night in the dark blindly, a lot of them just end up on the northern dock. So but what if you could build a lighthouse that attracts the boats to your dock? So could we make the mayor change his mind, change the dock of choice? It turns out we can. So going back to Amazon, it turns out that Amazon's Choice badge is intimately related to Amazon Alexa, which is that that gadget where you use your voice to do stuff. And among other things is you can order stuff through Amazon Alexa, right? But what happens when you do that? You don't actually see the listing. So what we found is that what Amazon is using as a strong indicator that something might be worth that Amazon's Choice badge is if someone purchases the product without even seeing the listing. Because when someone, for example, says, I want to order a body brush, that tells that to Amazon Alexa. What happens is that Amazon chooses a product for them without showing them the product. And the product they choose is the product with Amazon's Choice badge. So the way they award this badge is based on how many blind sales this product has got. And I'm going to explain it a bit further. So this is, for example, the health, household, and baby care category. And you see these add to cart buttons here in search. If people click on add to cart straight from search and buy these products without even seeing the listing, that's a super strong indicator to Amazon that this kind of product is the kind of product that would also be suitable for Amazon Alexa. So, however, this button is not available in all categories. So we found, this is not a new link. A lot of people know about this link. It's used mainly by affiliates to send people that have seen. So, for example, you're on an affiliate website that promotes a certain Amazon product. So you click on that link and it takes you straight to the cart. So I just want to show you how it looks like. So I have to actually choose a product here. So let's go with a mud mask. I'm just going to choose one of them, take the ASIN. And again, you're going to have access to the slides. You just take this URL. And the only thing you need to modify is here where it says your ASIN. You actually put your ASIN in there. And here it goes. It's add to shopping cart. And all people have to do it now is click on continue. So that's another super strong indicator to Amazon that people are buying, adding to cart without even seeing the listing. Maybe they've seen details about the product on the affiliate website, but they haven't actually seen the listing. So some of you are asking me to paste the link in the chat box. So I'm going to quickly do that just so you can have it. Just a second. Sorry about that. I'll try to do this quickly. Okay, so I've posted it. I'm not sure if you can see it. If not, what we'll do is at the end of this presentation, Guillermo is going to send you an email to all of you who have attended until the end. You'll get a PDF with the interpreters. You'll get this link and anything else that I can't share right now because I have to be in the presentation and go through this hacks as quickly as possible.
And guys, I know that both Traian and myself had mentioned chat boxes. Just to be clear, it's the questions window that we have that we're talking about. That's where you're posting your questions and we're marking things. But we're going to get you everything at the end.
Yeah, so I'm just going to give this link to Guillermo and he's going to send it over to you. Okay, so I've shown you how this link works, and I don't have too much time, to actually show you the technical details on how to implement this, but there's a really simple way of doing it, and it involves simply sending, for example, you can send traffic from Facebook to a landing page where you promise people, you tell them about the product, and then all you do is take them from that landing page to Amazon, straight to that link. Okay, sorry, I just have to grab my notes here. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so there's actually two ways of doing this. You can use the landing page, as I'm showing here, or you can have a really good video on Facebook. So imagine you present the product on Facebook in a video and you explain what it is about, and then you just send people straight to add it to cart. And most people won't actually check out, but what we found is that you need just a few sales through that special link to actually get the Amazon's Choice badge. Because if Amazon doesn't care about your sales overall, they just compare how many sales you've got from that blind link compared to the other products. So it's enough to get usually 2-3 sales for a typical keyword, not like a really big one, but for the typical keyword, 2-3 sales from Facebook, it's enough. So that was hack number 4.
And just to clarify for everybody, the Amazon Choice is keyword dependent. It's not for your product.
Yes, correct. So you would have to do this for every keyword that you want to target and get that badge for. And this is white hat. Again, only the previous hack was black hat. Everything else I'm showing you is white hat.
That's good to point out because people are asking, is this against terms of service? They're all nervous, but yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So I regret in a way that I've shown you that black hat trick. Just everything else is just according to the rules. So that was the only thing breaking the rules. Okay. So I see a lot of questions, but again, there's so many of you in here I can't answer them now. But we'll have a Q&A at the end. So I just want to tell me, could you please let me know if you found this hack so far valuable or not?
Yeah, and be honest, guys. I mean, say yes or say no. We want to hear both sides of it. Love it. Yep. Best one so far by Jody. Man, you know what the problem is? It goes so fast you can't read the names.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate it, guys. I appreciate the feedback. Okay, so I'll just move on to hack number 5, where I think we're 35 minutes in or even longer. So misconception number 5, I can't find high volume long tail keywords. So, we all know what long tail keywords are, I guess. They're those type of keywords that have several words. But usually what you find is that these keywords don't get a lot of traffic volume and sales volume. So yeah, that's a very common, not necessarily misconception, but it's something that's true. It's not easy to find high volume long tail keywords. So you can imagine on the island there are a lot of houses, and you just get into each one, you find them, you do keyword research, but you don't find anything valuable in any of them. So hack number 5 is called cheat code. And I'm just going to open an Amazon window in here because I want to show you how we're using a cheat code to actually find really high value long tail keywords. So let's imagine again that we have a mod mask. Okay, and we just want to find some long tail keywords that we can target, that we can get ranked for. Let's imagine that this main keyword is like really difficult to get ranked for. So we want to find some long tail keywords to get ranked for, but we also want them to have high volume. So one thing that's actually known in the seller community is that you can type I think it's called a pound sign in front. And actually, let me start over. When you want to get suggest keywords, you just type the keyword and you see the suggest bar here. And these are the keywords that you find. However, what you can notice is that all these keywords start with mod mask. So they're not necessarily the best keywords because you have limited the suggestions to only keywords which start with mod mask. And even worse, what you could do is, you only have a few long tail keywords in here. So then you could add an A and you get more suggestions, and then a B and a C, and you keep building a list of long tail keywords, right? But one really cool thing you can do is add a pound sign in front, and now you actually see the keywords which get a lot of volume, but not necessarily only starting with mod mask. They can contain mod mask anywhere in the keyword. So some of them start with mod mask, but you also see, for example, charcoal mod mask. If we were just to use mod mask like this, you wouldn't see charcoal mod mask. Okay, so this part is something that's already known in the community, and it's not something new. However, you can take it a step further, and I'm going to use as an example, actually, let's skip mod mask, and I want to show you if I type dead, and then another pound sign in front. Actually, this is not a good keyword, but there are, actually, let me go with Father's Day, because that also covers my next point. So let's imagine that Father's Day is approaching, and you want to find keywords, long tail keywords related to that. We type a pound sign in front, you see the top keywords, but then what if I want to also include the word gift in there? So also type gift, and then another pound sign in front, and you can see, again, because we're not close to Father's Day, there aren't a lot of suggestions, but again, you can see keywords that contain both gift and Father's Day. And actually, one great way to use this is, for example, let's start with for dad. So if we want, to target like a niche, we know that the product we have is a great gift for dads. I'm going to type for dad and type a pound sign in front, and now we have some really powerful keywords in here, but then I also want to add gift. So now we have all these keywords that contain both gift and for that, and we wouldn't have found these keywords if we haven't done this. So I think this is a really cool way. Again, this is not a completely new information, but the way we're using it is, we combine it. So what most people do is just use the pound sign in front, but by combining several keywords, you can find some. So for example, with this one, I put another pound sign in front. So now I found birthday gift for dad, which without the pound sign, I wouldn't have found that. Wedding gift for dad. These are all keywords that without these pound signs, you wouldn't have found them. So these are really high volume, powerful long tail keywords.
So I have to say, Traian, looks like you take a lot of your knowledge for granted. I'd be interested to see who knew that you can actually type the pound sign to get more keywords in the chat. Didn't know that. Not me. Not me. This is great. Nope, not me. So it seems like you assume a lot of people know this stuff, but this is super ninja, man.
Yeah, agreed.
Thank you, and I appreciate you guys' feedback. I see a lot of answers in there. I appreciate you guys engaging. Okay, so
I love that one statement from Chris. He says, "Damn, dude, you are dangerous." That's perfect. Ninja tactic. Yeah, ninjas are dangerous for sure.
Yeah. So again, this hack was all about the cheat code. I imagine it as, we're in a game, we're playing on Amazon, and if you've ever played video games, you can type all sorts of things and you can do things that you couldn't do before. So I see that pound sign there in front of the keywords is a really powerful cheat code. Okay, so let's jump over to hack number 6, misconception number 6. Amazon sellers, it should say there, not sellers, sorry for the typo, operate in the dark. There's no way to track external traffic. So again, imagine you're on that island, and unfortunately, it's the island is in a place where there's it's night, it's dark most of the time. So it's quite fun, but you don't get a lot of data, right? That's how it works with Amazon. It's a nice platform, we get a lot of sales and traffic, but there's no way to track external traffic. So for example, if you wanted to send traffic from AdWords or Facebook just to get sales, there's no easy way to track the sales and know how well they are converting. So you don't know if it's worth keeping that those AdWords campaign running or not. So hack number 6 is all about Amazon Associates. So we're going to take advantage of the Amazon Associates program to actually track the traffic we're sending from AdWords and from other external traffic sources. So for those of you who don't know, Amazon Associates is another name for Amazon Affiliates. Amazon has an affiliate program. And the beautiful part about the affiliate program is that they provide reports. So whenever someone buys an object from Amazon through your link, they tell you where the traffic came from and what they bought. So we never get this information as an Amazon seller. So if you send traffic from AdWords to your Amazon listing directly as a seller, you wouldn't know how many sales you've generated from AdWords. But then as an Amazon affiliate, you can. So I see it as being on the island and having night vision goggles. We can now see data that other people can see, and it can really be a huge advantage over your competition. So here are the steps. Again, we don't have a lot of time. We're already 1 hour into this webinar, so I want to go through it fast. But again, you'll have access to the slides. And the first thing you want to do is go to the affiliate program. So that's affiliate-program.amazon.com. You should read the participation guidelines. You can link from email, PDF, including paid search placement. So here we are breaking the Amazon affiliates rule. So you might get your Amazon affiliate account shut down, but not the Amazon seller account. So this is not black hat in the sense that you're not putting your seller account in danger at all. We're just breaking the Amazon affiliate rules, and I'm going to show you how to break them, but it's not such a big deal because 1, you can get a new account, and 2nd, we're going to implement something that helps to protect your account. Okay, so the one thing that you need to become an Amazon affiliate is to actually get a website to get approved as an Amazon affiliate. You could either create this website yourself, and that can take a lot of time. You have to read what links you need to include and all that. However, I recommend just going to Flippa. That's flippa.com. Click on search, choose Amazon as monetization. What they mean here with Amazon is Amazon affiliate websites. Include only buy it now. And you'll just buy a website. So I actually bought one just a few days ago, and it cost under $100. For some of you that may be much, and in that case, you just have to build a website yourself. But it's a really easy and fast way to actually get an account going. So once you have the account, all you have to do is so this is an optional step, but we like to cloak our links. And I know this is a new word for most of you or some of you. It just means that we want to make sure that when someone from Amazon affiliates, an employee from Amazon affiliates checks where the traffic is coming from, they see this website that we just bought and not AdWords, because that's one of the things they don't like. They don't like affiliates to send traffic from AdWords to Amazon. They want the traffic to come from these websites, like the website we just bought here. So we're going to put a small snippet of code on the website to make it look that the traffic is coming from the website and not from AdWords. So again, you'll have the slides. There's a link here that explains how to enable auto tagging, and all auto tagging does is it adds this parameter in the URL of whenever someone clicks from AdWords and gets to the website, we have this GCLID parameter in the URL. And then what we want to do is create a real post on the website that links to the product you want to promote from AdWords. And here I don't have any easier solution for you other than to hire someone on Upwork for $30. Give them this piece of code I put here on the slide. Just show them the slide and ask them to put this on your website. And I'll just quickly explain what this means. It's if someone is coming from AdWords, then automatically redirect them to Amazon. So I just want to quickly show you what happens. So I'm going to actually go to a website, an affiliate website. So birthday party supplies.com, I think it was. I'm sorry, I actually didn't plan to show this, so I might not have the right link in here. Okay, so sorry about that. I won't be able to do that now. But basically, if someone comes from AdWords, they get redirected straight to Amazon. And if an Amazon employee checks what happens on the website, they never get redirected because they didn't come from AdWords. So I know this may sound a bit complicated. Once you get the slides, just go through them, hire someone on Upwork to place this code on your website, and you'll be able to use your Amazon Associates account to actually send traffic to Amazon, to your listing, and be able to get a report on the sales you've generated. So the last part of this equation is the tracking IDs. So in your account, if you go to Home, Associates account, manage your tracking IDs, you are actually able to add 100 tracking IDs in your account. So what we're doing is we associate each tracking ID to a keyword. So tracking ID 1, baby bandana beep, tracking ID 2, baby drooling beep, and so on. So when you send traffic from AdWords, in AdWords you can choose different keywords. So what we're doing is each keyword goes to a different link. Link number 1 goes through this tracking ID, and so each keyword goes to a different tracking ID. So then when you go back to your Amazon Associates account and you look at the report, you can just select one of the tracking IDs, and then you'll know exactly, oh, so people search for baby bandana beep, and actually a lot of them actually purchased. So this is a great keyword. But people who were searching for drooling beep, who went through tracking ID number 3, they didn't purchase much. The ads weren't profitable. So we can stop this campaign and you can scale up this one. So that's how you make AdWords profitable using Amazon Associates. And just one final hack here. I know this has been a bit technical, but as I mentioned, you have 1 tracking IDs, and that means that you're limited to 100 keywords. You can actually email support and get 1,500 tracking IDs added to your account, which means you can track 1,500 different keywords. So I know this hack was a bit technical, and it's a bit difficult to explain it in 5 minutes, but at least what I would like you to take away from this one is that if at some point you decide, okay, I want to give AdWords a try, there is a way to do it, and maybe you can come back to the slides and maybe hire a coder on Upwork, as I've mentioned, to help you implement it. So one huge benefit of doing this, of running traffic from AdWords, is that you can greatly increase your sales. And even if you break even with the traffic, you can get the bestseller badge, and that's just one of the benefits. And you'll just see all your sales on Amazon and your rankings going up, because more people click through from search to your listing, and more people actually purchase the product once they are on your listing.
And so, Traian, you can use this with the earlier hack to get that the Amazon's Choice award by using the link for that.
So that's a great point. So you can actually send people straight from AdWords through that link that I showed you earlier, and it can help you get not just the bestseller badge, but the Amazon's Choice badge. So if you're able to combine these two hacks, you can actually get a lot of benefits.
I see a lot of people asking, what is AdWords? What is AdWords? It's the Romanian way of saying Google AdWords.
I kept seeing the questions, and everyone was wondering, do I have an AdWords on this thing? Yeah, I'm sorry for my pronunciation there.
So it's Google AdWords that Traian's referring to.
Sorry for that. So Google Ads. Okay, so the final hack, I hope you like this one. It's the last one in the presentation.
Amazon hold on, Traian, real fast. What did you guys think of that last hack? Let's ask them. Did you guys really like that one? Let's get the feedback on that one. Yeah, Bill says, great. Dave, killer. Somebody says it's complicated. Yeah, awesome, great, awesome. And now it's going really fast again. So awesome. People are saying, stop, don't give away all the goodies.
So one thing I want to mention is, obviously I'm sharing 7 hacks, and one of them was really black hat, and you might have not liked that, and one of them, like this last one, was a bit more technical. So if you find it more technical, just ignore it. You have 6 other hacks that are less technical and that you can implement right away. So again, don't remember what you promised me in the beginning. You'll take just one of these, at least one, and implement it, and just ignore this one if it's too technical for you. Okay, so the final misconception: Amazon sellers operate in the dark. No way to identify reviewers, which also makes it really difficult to fix negative reviews. So hack number 7 will be identify any reviewer and fix negative reviews. So for this one, I'm actually going to jump over to one of the Amazon accounts. So it's actually the Amazon account that I sold, and I'm still helping the owner. So I'm going to get into the seller account and just show you how to find any reviewer. Okay, so you're going to actually see the product that I created back in 2015 and sold it, and it's this body brush here. So guess what? We have a 1-star review here, published 20 hours ago, and the new owner of this product actually wants to communicate with this person and get rid of this review. So I'm going to click on this review, and the first step is I want to get the buyer ID of this person. So here it says Rosie, so it might be easier to identify this person by their name, but there are people like this who just show up as Amazon customer, so it's next to impossible to identify them. So I'm just going to right click. I'm in Chrome, so this might look different in your browser, but I'm right clicking on their name, copy link address, paste, and this is the profile ID or the buyer ID. So I'm going to actually copy that, and I'm going to put it in here in your tab just so I have it. Okay, and next I'm going to go into Seller Central. I'm here at orders. Let's see if I'm still logged in here. Okay, so these are the orders in the past 7 days, and this is going to get a bit, it's not the easiest process to go through, but that 1-star can be really damaging. So it's worth to actually go through this slightly painful process. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show 100 results per page instead of 15, just to make it a bit faster. And the next thing you want to do, again, in Chrome, I'm sure this can be done in other browsers, but I recommend using Chrome. So inspect. On Windows, it's Control F. I think on Mac is Command F. Basically, you want to find some text in the page. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this buyer ID, and we're going to search for the buyer ID in here. And this is 0 of 0. So we couldn't find the buyer here. So the next thing we have to do is go to page 2 and repeat the search. They're not here. And you might, depending on how many orders you have in your account and how long ago the person has actually made the purchase, you just have to go through the pages.
Looks like the order was over a year ago, Traian. That's something that was on the review itself. So, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I would have to choose a different review. I don't want to waste too much time in here, but I just want to make sure that you understand the process. So once again, step 1, identify the review, right-click on the name, copy link address, paste in new tab, get the buyer ID, save that somewhere, and then go to your orders page in Seller Central, change it to 100 so we can go faster through it. Maybe change the date range here instead of 7 days. Maybe they ordered in the past 30 days. It might be longer. It's a really manual process. And the next thing, again, inspect, Control F or Command F, and paste the buyer ID in here. If you can find it, just go to the next page and search again, and so on. Okay, so I hope this wasn't too technical. I'm sorry that we couldn't actually find the buyer in real time here, but that's a really easy way to identify any reviewer. And of course, after you identify them, you don't want to mail them, oh, you left me a 1-star review, and that could that could be damaging because Amazon doesn't want buyers to know that we can identify them. So you just want to be send them a nice email, and you could ask them, we're doing a random survey among our customers, and we just wanted to make sure that you had a good experience with our product. We would appreciate it if you could reply. And then obviously they left you 1-star, so they're going to reply, and you can take it from there and send them a replacement and a refund. So how did you like this hack?
Daniel says, great. Likes great. I wish I could see the names, but they're moving pretty quick. Joyce says, love. Got good stuff. Yeah, so people are loving this. We got 7 awesome hacks so far.
Awesome. Thank you guys for the feedback. Now going back to that island analogy that I made earlier, I just want to to offer you a shift in perspective here. So imagine if you, instead of having that map that shows you how to go to this Amazon island, what if someone actually got in a boat and went to the island right along you, and not only this person helps you get to the island, but this person has been to the island 23 times before, and on the island you get all the help to get set up, and not only that, but maybe in some time they also show you how to get off that island and maybe get on your own private island. So That's actually just going back to Amazon. That's what we've done. We actually went to the island to Amazon. We launched 40 products, and yes, some of them failed, but we've been there successfully 23 times.